Morning. Excuse for the rather rough and ready look. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, but I want to get this video out nice and quick. So, literally, in the last few minutes, OFGEM have announced the price hike to the price cap to up to £3,500. Fantastic! Oy. Yet another hammer blow for everybody in this country. Jeez, when is this going to end? However, of course, that's going to affect every consumer, us included. You know, I'm in a summer house with the light on, and I've got a computer running in the background, and a couple of hard drives. You know, all this sort of stuff I do for YouTube and things. I have to find a way. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but anyway. Very roughly, that's going to increase. You know, probably everyone's bills to £300 a month. However, what people are forgetting is we've had the cost of living going up and up and up all year, which has meant us as electricians have had to either consider putting our price up or have put our prices up for labour. Material costs. I think I've seen some materials double in the last few months for my customers. But I think what people are now slightly missing is that this price cap hike is going to make people think twice about getting more electrical work done. People are going to definitely be thinking twice if they want to have an electric cooker put in, because they cost money, and a lot of money now. Before, we'll stick our electric cooker in, but doesn't matter, does it? Bloody does now. So I can certainly see the type of work I'll be doing moving forward changing drastically, probably away from installing high powered items like cookers and things like this. I think that work's going to go woof into the floor. I'm going to start seeing potentially more of my work being just to do with repairing electrical faults and maybe putting the odd external socket in or something like that. But the high powered items, even electric showers, yeah, they could end up going out the window as well. The whole thing about the OFGEM price cap has, all the news media have been concentrating on what it's going to do to the consumer. There's not one word has been said about how it's going to affect us, electricians, the electrical industry. Our bread and butter is installing things that use electricity. If it's costing more, people aren't going to want to do it, which means we don't get income, which means we could go out of business. When is the media going to start interviewing electricians like us, self-employed electricians, and asking us how is it affecting our work? We could start going out of business because of this. And if electricians go out of business, then there's no one to fix faults. If there's no one to fix faults, you're going to get dangerous situations in houses and flats and businesses. And if there's dangerous faults with electricity causes fire. You can see where this is all going and where it's going to end. Am I sounding cross? Yes. The mild-mannered Mike is finally cross about something, and I'm really cross about this. I don't know what's going to happen next, really. And what I don't want, and I've just alluded to this, is the cost of living crisis could actually stop people getting urgent repairs done in their houses, not just electricity but gas as well. It'd be interesting to hear from gas engineers, see if I'm almost certain their industry has been affected just as much as ours. But I do plead with consumers out there, if you have a fault with your electrical system, for God's sake don't leave it. Get someone in. I know it costs money, but surely it's better to get your electrical system fixed than a fire that could destroy your house, or worse. For God's sake, don't leave electrical faults. Okay? We've got to earn a living, I understand, you know, we've got to earn a living, or we've got to charge the money we can. If we can, or if I can, I will try and help as much as I can. But I've got my own family to look after as well, so I can't help completely. But there does come a time when I've got to think, no, I've got to put food on my table as well. So what can we do? Well, One thing we have on our house, and we've had for the best part of, crikey, 10 years now, we have solar panels on our roof, 16 of them in fact. So that does help our bill. And in fact, actually, for the first time last week, with the way we were cutting back on our electricity usage, we actually had zero billed to us on a day last week. Our panels generate 4 kilowatts of power, so we'd obviously used less than 4 kilowatts of power on that day. We've never done that before. Zero. That's pretty good. So it can be done. And we've got 2 kids using Xboxes and TVs and all sorts of things all over the place. One thing we've been doing though is we don't use our oven. Just twice I got that wrong. We don't use our oven. I told you it was early in the morning. I'm going to be coffee here. Good grief. Right. Yeah. So we don't use our oven as much as we used to. We do have a pressure cooker. We've got an air fryer. We've got a pasta maker and things like this. We've been using those. Of course, those are plug-in items. They don't use anywhere near as much power as an oven does. Must be, I've actually not gone down the route of how much power that's actually saving us, but just looking at our smart meter, since we've been using them, there has been a drop in the power usage. The other might be only on maybe for 20 minutes, no more, maybe 40 minutes, maybe tops a day, maybe. Except for Sunday, when we have our roast, it could be on for hours. But yeah, so we've been doing that. But there, there's an upfront cost to buying those things as well now. A decent slow cooker and so on will cost upwards of £100. But if it saves you in the long run, well, maybe they're worthwhile investments now. It's me talking about out of a job. People are saying, "Oh, let's have an electric cooker." Oh no, Mike said, "Oh no, we can save money with a slow cooker." What I might do, when I'm more awake and I've thought about it a bit more, I might try and see if there's a way electricians could help promote an energy efficient house. Could we start going into house? We already go into houses to do EICRs. What about if we start going to houses and have a look and see how much power houses are using, and maybe advise from our from our point of view, what's going on in your house that you can save money on. For instance, a lot more lighting is the obvious one, isn't it? Obviously. But is there anything else in the house that maybe we could do something with? We could change something around, and it's possible. Like I say, I've not checked into this myself, but maybe there is. Maybe we could start doing that. Maybe we could start offering people services whereby, we do inspections anyway, going to houses as part of inspections even. Maybe look at, okay, well, this house is using X number of kilowatts an hour, but if we just did that, we could bring the prices, your cost, your electricity bill down just by doing this. Maybe. I'll look into that and see what we can look at with that. Maybe we've got all... Point is, maybe we'll now start to need to help each other here. And be a bit more, let's help our neighbour and let's see, what are you doing, how have you saved money on that? Well, I've done this. Maybe. Solar panels is obviously an obvious way forward. I appreciate that, but we're lucky. We've got a south-facing house, which means that we've got 16 solar panels on our roof, and it reduces our electricity bill by a third. And it has been for 10 years now, every single year. We look at our bills, yeah, it's dropped by a third. We can see that because we can monitor how much power is being used from the solar panels and from the electricity meter, so we can actually see what's going on there. But they are expensive to install, a very, very expensive thing to install. Especially now most of the grants have disappeared. Maybe that's something the government should reintroduce. Get the grants reintroduced. Maybe help people pay for solar panels to bring their bills down. That would be another way of doing it, rather than sending people one-off payments. That's another way of doing it. Of course, that's the other industry that's going to suffer now, EV charging. I bet you I get no EV charging work this year now. None. I bet I get nothing. Because now people are saying, oh, running an electric car is cheaper than petrol. And petrol's gone up. And up until today, maybe that was true. But come October the 1st, Is it going to be true? Are electric cars going to be cheaper to run than petrol cars? Ooh, that's going to be a dodgy one to think about. I don't know. Think about how much power an electric car uses from an EV charger. It's on for a good couple of hours using, you know, potentially up to 40 amps of power. I'm not going to put the maths in for that, but it's a lot. Just distracted by a blackbird running up a fence. Not flying, running up a fence. So even, see, blackbirds, they're even saving energy. They're not even flying there. Not a good way to start the day, is it, really? We knew it was coming, but we were all hoping for the best. Lord knows what will happen in January. That's when the next price hike is due. The government's got to step in and do something. I might even have to start thinking, well, if I've got a job that's actually really close to home, could I actually take all my tools and equipment and either walk or bike there and leave the car at home? Not even take the car. If I don't need the ladder or anything like this, if I've just got to do like an outdoor plug, can I just dump it in a rucksack and cycle to the place and do it? It's getting that stupid now. Rant over. Anybody who's got any ideas, or if you feel you're in the same boat, stick it in the comments. You know, let's get a debate running about this. And maybe someone needs to pressure the media agencies, the TV agencies, the press, interview us, because we are being affected by this as well. No electricians, no faults being fixed as well. Just think about that. So I will see you on the next one.